My older brother, Scott, I shared a bedroom with him my whole childhood, and he was always nice to me. He's always calm with me, and he would just tell me I'm funny all the time. He'd say I was great on the guitar, tell me I could sing as good as Steven Tyler. He told me to read Mad Magazine, and we'd watch Benny Hill together. When it came time to pick my college major, so my brother was the one who said I should be an actor. I said, what should I do with my life? He said, you should be an actor. You're as funny as Rodney Dangerfield and Eddie Murphy. And I never thought that, but he just made me feel like I was. He's the one who brought me to Boston when I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school, and he brought me to do a stand-up comedy at Stitches Comedy Club. He set it all up. He says, you're going to get on stage you have 5 minutes to do jokes. What are you going to say? I said, I'm not sure. I'll just wing it. Because I really I had no idea what the hell. I didn't even know you were supposed to prepare. So I went up there. I was terrible. I don't even know what I said. I was like in a fog, those weird fogs you get when you're a stand-up sometimes where you lose your mind. I just kind of was babbling. I remember one guy screaming out, he still has a retainer. And, anyways, I left. For some reason on the way home, my brother made me feel like I had the best set of any comedian that night. And he was like, you just got to prepare next time. But they loved you. And in my head, I was like, they did? But
I don't think you get celebrated enough. You should be celebrated for every aspect of your growth and your growing pains. You should be celebrated for your creativity, for your fearlessness, for your persistence and determination. You should be celebrated for all the effort that you put into building your future, for being different, for not being given enough credit. My point is, we often tear our youth down when we should be building them up.
My message to the youth is to be strong no matter what you're going through. If you need help, seek help. Whether if you want a professional help, seek help, and surround yourself with people that'll help you, that'll listen to you, that got your best interest. Whatever you want to do in life, find something that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life. Find something that you like, and even if it seems like it's impossible, it's very, very possible. So don't get nervous. If you have a big goal, just chip away at it until you get to where you need to be.
I wasn't alone, and that's probably the reason I survived. So David was with me every single day. He had moved from South Africa. We started like a comedy night together. That's how long we had been working together. So we would walk out of that building together on the hottest nights in New York and on the coldest nights in New York. And we would go back, and we lived together in the same apartments. And then we'd open like our notebooks, and we'd be like, all right, what could we have done better? And we would just sit there and we'd be like, what could we have done better? And we'd get home at like 8 or 9 p.m. And then we'd work until midnight, go to bed, get back to the office at 7, 8 the next day, and do it all over again. And then we'd come home in the evening and be like, what were the wins? What could we have done better? And we would just do this over and over. But I was never alone. And so I never think of it, that's why I wish like more people would share their stories in that way, is because I think we live in a world where so many people sell an idea of perseverance as an individualistic pursuit, when it's not. I think too many people forget the pats on the back and the hugs and the encouragements and the load liftings. They forget all of it. They see their suffering, they see their success, and then they go out and sell to the world how you got to persevere. Let me tell you what, in the darkest times, let me tell you what I did, Stephen. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Trevor, you're going to do it, Trevor. You're going to be the man at the Daily Show. You're going to... Yeah, but everyone forgets. They're like, no, your friend was there going like, hey, do you want to go get some chicken wings? Hey, let's go get some chicken wings. There was somebody accepting you despite your failure. There was somebody who was reminding you of that part of you that you always wish to be, which is somebody who can solve a puzzle, is somebody who enjoys what they're doing, is somebody who perseveres. But they're looking at that side of me. And so I wasn't alone. It was me, it was David, it was Joseph Opio, guy who was random, is now one of my best friends, a writer from Uganda who did the Daily Show, like a version of the Daily Show in Uganda. What this weird world coming together. You meet us today, you'll think we've known each other our whole lives. But he was also. He was just there, and he's like, I believe in us. He's like, I think we can do this. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. And
But if you were going home alone,
then I wouldn't be here with you. I will put all my money on that. I would not be here with you.